Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the pod. It's your boy B. I got Country and M. Let's get it.
You are now tuned into dapodcav.
All right. So this past week, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris went at it back and forth. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not into politics like that, but I did want to see like who was up, who was winning. So I would check Twitter, and there was a lot of people saying that Kamala was up. And then I go to Facebook, and there are a bunch of people that were saying that Trump was up. And then Country over here is snapping because he's like, Trump this, Trump that, yada, yada, yada. So I wanted to get someone on the show that could go back and forth with him about it because, again, I'm not into politics. But I wanted to bring the right person on. Shout out to Emily for joining us today. What's going on?
Not much. I'm not sure if I'm the perfect right person. I'm not, I wouldn't call myself extremely political, but I certainly can have a conversation about what I saw.
Well, all right. That's that. Hey, listen, that's all we want. That's all we need. So we'll be good. So, Country, tell us why you think Trump won the debate.
I think Trump won the debate just by showing up, basically because it was a 3-on-1 ambush because Kamala refused to do anything on NBC or Fox. And if you watch the whole debate, whenever Trump said something, they fact-checked him. But Kamala said a bunch of untruths, and she didn't get fact-checked at all. So, yeah, man, I think Trump won just by showing up, and I think Kamala lost because she won't go on a rival program like Trump did.
So this debate was already set up. Like, I know it wasn't with her, but you think because, like, to me, it feels childish that this was already set in stone on this date, on this network. And then because it wasn't Joe Biden, who he was embarrassing at the last debate with Trump, wasn't going to be there, they should just switch everything because Trump was whining?
No, I think they should put everybody on neutral ground. If you want to know my personal opinion, I've never watched a debate where a candidate was fact checked as many times. Actually, I've never watched a debate where any candidate was ever fact checked. It just seemed like it was a 3-on-1 attack, and all the analysts that were covering it afterwards was all pro Kamala Harris. It was a joke, man, and it was an embarrassment for our country, 100%. Because if we want to be neutral and we want to give the people a chance to make their own decisions, and actually, if you look at the facts and you actually see the statistics, if you like your money, you will vote Trump. If you don't like your money and you want to continue to give it to the government for stupid ass shit that they try to make freaking excuses and say they're doing with it, then you'll vote for Kamala Harris because it's already been proven these last 4 damn years. That's what's been happening. And I think it's hilarious that everybody is so quick to jump on the Kamala Harris bandwagon now when literally she has the lowest success rate of any vice president in the history. It's ridiculous, man. It's hilarious. She wasn't even voted in. She got beat out by Biden, an 81-year-old dude who literally was senile. So what the hell does that tell you about Kamala Harris? Let's be real.
All right, so many things because, first of all, it's Kamala. Like,
I don't give a damn. Kamala, whatever.
Well, you should care how you pronounce anybody's name.
She didn't show Trump any respect, so I don't have no respect for her. You can go ahead, though.
The first thing I heard was you said, you kind of corrected yourself saying that you've actually never seen any debate where people were fact checked. How many debates have you watched?
I've watched pretty much the Obama campaign. I watched the Trump campaign. I watched the George Bush, the Al Gore. I mean, I could go on. I've watched debates ever since.
And you think not one of them has been fact checked?
Not like Trump. It was very condescending. It was very that was a dysfunctional ass way to handle the shit, man.
But you don't
think it was very dishonorable too.
Let me speak because you just had a lot of time and you brought up like 5 things, and
I'm waiting for you to say something that's going to spark me. So let's go.
Well, let's be real. Where are you from?
I'm from Virginia.
Okay. Nothing I say tonight is changing your mind, and nothing you say tonight is changing mine. I don't think that that's even entertainable, but like you're talking about all of these facts, but it needs to be fact checked if someone is saying that they're killing babies after they're born, essentially manslaughter or execution, I think was the word or term he used. that needs to be fact checked because that's not fucking happening. And the eating the cats and all of that, like I saw the video all of the Trump supporters are posting. That chick is from Ohio. She's not from Haiti. And to me, it just feels like the biggest thing he has is immigration. He talks about immigration, but he's trying to paint these immigrants. I'm not saying there's not an immigration problem, so I don't want to say that, but paint these immigrants as they're the ones ruining our country when there's school shootings every day in America. And I live in Philadelphia, there's fucking crime every day of just people killing each other. And to be honest, I've had a student that fucking drowned her cat before, and she was in 7th fucking grade. And that's the first sign of a sociopath. But like his rebuttal to her saying he's basically a lunatic at rallies is to go off on a fucking tangent about fucking cats or like he wouldn't even look at her. And I'm a 3rd grade teacher right now, and we're working on like being ethical people. And one of those is like integrity. Like you can really tell me that he showed respect for her. He called her a slut on TV. He didn't say those words, but he said, how did he say? He said, I heard she was easy. Or I heard she put out. And then he said, yeah, I said that. You think that's presidential to speak to any woman, especially the vice president of the United States on TV, and then say that he got fucking fact checked? Like, how is that? That's not how, based on anything, I would want as a role model to show that's like a person leading our country that can speak, the way he speaks, and the way he talks about people. I just don't think that shows any moral compass. And I can get into women's rights and all of that, and I don't think the economy is great right now, but Trump's preaching tariffs, and he thinks that's going to help. But you think the countries that he's taxing then are going to keep the same prices? So it's just going to be inflation all over again. I don't see, like, he just says stuff. Most of the time it's not true. He didn't even have a plan. He wants to talk shit about Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act. But then when asked about how he would change, what he would change, he said, I have concepts of a plan. So how are you running the fucking country with a concept?
All right. I love the fact you said inflation, because it's kind of funny that our inflation rate was up by 9%, the highest in the last 40 years in the Biden campaign. That what they say a healthy inflation rate is 2%. In all 4 years, including COVID, Trump's inflation rate never went above 1.9. Okay. So when Kamala Harris is basically saying, oh, our inflation rate is at 3%, you're basically preaching about mediocrity, because your shit went up 6% before Trump even, after y'all took office. And then you sit here and say it's because you inherited COVID. Well, that's funny, because even when Trump was in office and there was COVID and he was dealing with COVID, it was only 1.9. So she wasn't fact checked on that. Then she said that they brought back 800,000 new manufacturing jobs to the United States. Well, that's funny, because all it was in all actuality was, if you want to sit here and split hairs, it was actually 125,000 jobs, which was 3 times less than what Trump brought. All they did was recovered 600,000 jobs from COVID that people had to go back to work once everybody got put back to work. So that she wasn't fact checked on that. So yes, I think Trump basically walked into a hornet's nest. I think they didn't show him any respect. I think they basically knew what they were going to do. They was going to drag him. They was going to do everything to make him look incompetent. Did Trump say some crazy stuff? Yes, Trump said some crazy stuff, man. But you know what? Trump is Trump. And I think it's better to have the devil you have than the devil you don't, because Kamala Harris has done proving how incompetent she has been in office. I love the fact she's like, oh, well, when I get in office, bitch, you're already in office. I'm sorry, man, but that's how fired up I am about it. You are already in office. You can literally implement those plans right now. You're doing nothing. You're sitting here acting like you're an outsider coming in with 56 days to prepare. You've had 4 damn years to prepare for this. I don't want to hear it, man. Like it's a smoke screen. And what the real problem is Generation Z is so damn soft that they're easily swayed. They think they know everything. It ain't like it was when we were back in the day, because I never had to worry about nobody bringing a damn gun to my damn school and getting shot up, because we settled things with these. But these kids are pussies now. That's why they're picking up guns and solving their problems that way, because they can't handle getting punched in the face. So I'm sorry, man, but let's be real, man. Yes, Trump says some crazy stuff. He does. But Trump backs up every damn thing he says that he's going to do. His immigration rate went down. Their immigration rate went above 2 million. 2 million people got in this country. Listen to me. 2 million people made their way into this company under the Biden campaign. Okay? That ain't only, it was up to 2 million, right? Every year. In 2022, it was up to 2.2 million immigrations coming into this country. When Trump was was running the country, it never went above 500,000. So don't tell me he didn't secure our borders. What they did was they got in office and they repealed all the laws that Trump put into action, because they opened up our borders to bring people in. Whatever they're saying about basically saying that these people are coming in, I don't know if they're coming in being killers or doing all this stuff and that's all they're doing. But I do know one thing: one illegal alien that comes in here and kills an American, there's a damn problem. I don't think it's a victimless crime to come into our border illegally.
I have to laugh. One, they're immigrants, not immigrations. And
I said immigrants.
I can't wait to you rewatch the tape.
Right,
you did it once.
I mean, that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do.
No,
That's what Democrats do. That's what Democrats do right there.
Let her talk.
They listen to, they ignore the facts by dancing around it and trying to put the focus on something else, man.
Well, no, that's what I was
mistakenly said immigration, but clearly I know what the fucking immigrant is. All right, so let's move on.
But no, I wanted to say that that's actually what you were doing, because you didn't say anything I said. I feel like all of the facts that you just gave are the same 5 facts I hear every Trump supporter say. It doesn't go beyond that. It's talking about opening the border, and you're aware that he didn't sign. It was a bipartisan thing to have 1,500 more people at the border, and he refused to sign it. So there's certain things that our biggest problem in this country is not immigrants. That is not our biggest problem in this country. We are so divided. We are so divided that we can't even come together to see that the only way any of this will get better is if we see eye to eye.
I'll tell you what I think and what a lot of people think, and everybody thinks it's crazy, but I think it's crazy that people think it's crazy and don't even give it a thought to even be true, is the fact that Trump's economy was doing so good. He was going to win the next election by a landslide. Trump is a businessman. He's not a politician. If he would have succeeded in office, then it would have been other people, businessmen, that could have got elected without being politicians. He had to be dragged. He had to be freaking, they had to destroy his credibility.
Most of his businesses have failed.
No, listen to me. They had to destroy his credibility. He had to be dragged, and they had to do everything they could to get him out of office, because if he would have succeeded, it would have let everybody know that you don't need no governor or senator to run this fucking country, because Trump ran this bitch better than anybody in the last 30 damn years.
That's
tell me I'm wrong.
Uneducated fucking sentence I've ever fucking heard.
How is it uneducated?
He's run in the. So
how is it uneducated?
Why the cap at 30 years?
What was the inflation rate? No. Let her talk.
You want to talk about, just because you researched the inflation rate doesn't mean that you talking over me means you know more.
Okay, I'll let you talk, and then I'll give you something else. I'll give you. Do you know Harris's answer to the inflation rate? Do you know what that is? Are you aware of what that is?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, helping out the middle class, raising the taxes for richer people. But I think inflation needs to come down before anything. But I don't know. I'm not a president.
Okay, I will tell you what her plan is.
I don't want you to tell me, because you've just went on and on.
Because I'm speaking facts and you can't handle it. And it's just like a Democrat to hear facts and just have a hate for Trump and just want to discount everything. Just like you said, immigration is not a big problem. It's not a big problem.
I did not
illegal
say
immigrants
that.
come in here and take our jobs. Okay, it promotes racism because it puts us against them.
You can't have a conversation if you just talk over people and then telling me that I can't.
You're not speaking
you're
facts.
Talking though.
You're not speaking facts.
The word facts. You are literally exactly
facts.
like Donald Trump.
Fact check me.
Why this country is screwed.
Fact check.
No, because you can't even have a conversation. You want to have a one-sided conversation.
I'm not having a one-sided conversation. I'm calling you out on your bullshit because you are not. You don't even know Harris's plan to lower the inflation rate.
You gave me a second to speak.
Go ahead.
You are like look at your face. Like
because it's just like a regular Democrat to do this shit.
Like a regular what?
Democrat to do this shit.
To do what?
To do what you're doing. You literally have no facts other than everything bad Trump's ever done. You don't look at the facts of how bad they've screwed up our nation, that you want to sit here and believe all the bullshit they're telling you. And the fact of the matter is, Harris is incompetent. They've proven it the last 4 years. Their incompetence is crazy. And all they want to do now is prove that Trump's incompetent, and they want to say he did this. Did Trump take care of some friends while he's in office? If you're in power, are you not going to take care of your friends too? You're not going to do that?
So you keep arguing is that I'm not saying facts, but you are giving no opportunity to even speak, and then you want to just go on.
You have my full attention.
And you're not even I can't even begin because I'm in so many circles because you are just going on and on and on. And what I'm trying to even remotely explain to you with the look like this is the worst thing ever. It's fucking rude. Like,
go ahead,
I didn't
man.
look at you like that.
Man, I hate wasting my time. I feel like I'm wasting my time, but go ahead.
That is so rude. You don't even know me. And
say something that makes me not feel like it.
Yeah, you got to let her talk, man.
Dude. All you keep saying is what I'm doing.
No, you're not. Let her talk, man. Just mute your mic. Let her talk, man.
I can't even wait. I'm sure you have not much self-awareness, as I can tell, but like when you watch back how you took over this whole thing, and it's like, the point isn't even to yell at each other. I didn't want to raise my voice, but you can't even have a conversation. Like, you just want to go on. And this is, again, what I'm saying the problem is that it's just, facts, Trump and the fucking economy. But what about women's rights? What about gay people's rights? What about, like, the Trump, most white men in power just want to take and give women less opportunities. And you want to say, like, all men do is say women are emotional, but like, look at this back. Men get more emotional. And that's anger is an emotion.
I'm not angry. I'm debating. This is debate. So listen.
Well, you told me that you were wasting your time.
Show me where Trump has been against women's rights. Show me that. What are you going off of? Are you going off the abortion angle that Harris keeps spoon feeding you? Okay. So the reason why they're saying that is because the Supreme Court justices that Trump put into office voted that law down.
I'm sorry. I don't need you to mansplain what happened. I know what happened.
Okay, I'm making sure because you haven't known much so far, so I got to see where your head's at.
All right, let's just keep the insults going because that makes
it's not me insulting you. I'm educating you. Like
saying I haven't known much so far isn't insulting.
No, do you want to know why I'm so passionate about this?
No, because I want to know why you think you're built different.
I think there should actually be a test you have to pass on politics to even vote. I think the fact that just because you're born in this country, you should not get a say in what's happening in the country because that affects my future, my family's future, and everything else. I think you owe it to yourself to educate yourself on all of these issues before you go cast your vote.
And people I have who just to leave really shortly.
Listen.
Oh
let's be real.
No.
Let's be
real. I want you to tell me about this abortion ban.
Hold on, country. Hold on. What did you say?
I just want where we started without you trying to mansplain like you've done this whole time was about the abortion ban. What were you saying? How Trump isn't against women's
Trump has never once said that. He gave it back to the states. Me personally, listen, I'll tell you what I agree with. Okay. I agree that a woman should be. I agree. I agree that a woman should have say over her own body. I expect anything. Like, I don't agree with that. But at the time, they gave it back to the states. Trump didn't give it back to the states.
So
the
if you're in Texas,
Court justices that he appointed gave it back to the states.
Live in Texas?
Just because it happened under him doesn't mean that he was in full support of it.
You're kidding, right? That's one of his proudest bragging moments. He said, I undid Roe v. Wade for the first time since the 70s. That's one of his defining moments of his presidency.
He gave it back to the states. He's not sitting here bragging about it like, oh, I can control all women. Like, that's what Harris wants you to think. He's not doing that.
Okay, so this is a fact. He said this over and over, that this is one of the defining moments of his presidency. And now I'm giving you a fact, and you're just telling me I'm wrong.
I'm telling you.
Yes, he gave it back to the state. So a woman in Texas just gets to die if she's having an ectopic pregnancy or a miscarriage, or because Trump gave it back to the states? Like someone that's never even able to carry a child. So you said you're not for that, but that should be the bottom line. Like, I'd rather fucking pay $6 for fucking Doritos, and
that is the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my freaking life, dude.
Really? From someone who struggled with miscarriages? It's not.
You're sitting here saying that you would rather pay more money, right, and have somebody incompetent in office than actually take the time to look and notice that Trump was not the only one that was doing that. That was Supreme Court justice that had control of that.
Put in that he voted in Amy Coney Barrett, and what's the fucking white dude's name? Brett Kavanaugh.
Okay, he gave it back to the states.
You didn't even know their names, though, and you want to tell me I don't fucking know nothing. That's really fucking funny.
How do you not know that I don't know their freaking names? He gave you assume I don't know their names, and what happens when you assume? Okay, you can't make an ass out of me. That's not going to happen. Okay, he gave it back to the states. That's literally what you know what's funny about Harris? She held one rally and basically pulled a homer out of her ass by saying, we are not going back. The people started chanting it, and now that's her slogan. That's like Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out saying, Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass, and made freaking made millions of dollars on t-shirts. That's
it's like Hulk Hogan coming out saying, make America great again. Like, are you fucking serious? That's
what's wrong with saying make America great again?
What's wrong with saying we're not going back?
I think it's hilarious.
You're insulting a slogan.
I think it's hilarious that y'all's only rebuttal is Trump is a racist and Trump hates women. But when you actually get down to the meat and potatoes of what's actually been going on in this country, you ignore that.
Like what?
I've literally told you.
All you talked about is inflation and immigrants.
Shit is out of control. Inflation rate is at an all-time high. They're bragging about mediocrity. They're literally saying we're going to fix something that they already broke.
Immigrants.
The reason why Trump, you want to know why Trump shut down that 1,500 extra people on the border is because you're not going to sit here for 4 fucking years and fuck everything up and then come in here and think you're going to fucking reset everything and make the American people freaking think you're different. Like, we know what you are. You're a fucking Democrats have lied to minorities for way too damn long. Literally, look, you know what's funny about this situation? You know what's super funny? Is Kamala, is she's basically a freaking communist.
Oh, okay.
She's okay. All right. So let's say, so price gouging is one of her, is one of her solutions for the inflation rate, right?
No.
Well, okay.
What? Things were price gouged when Trump was president.
You know
it started
no, it was
for $40.
No, it was not. When Trump was in office, interest rates on homes was 2.5%. Freaking inflation rate was 1.9%. We wasn't paying $4 for gas. We wasn't paying $10 for eggs.
How much do you pay for gas right now? I'm paying the same I paid for gas as I did when Trump was president.
I'm paying $3 for gas right now. And no, you was not. When Trump was in office, gas was $1.99. I got it on my damn Snapchat.
Of course. It's just such tale as old as fucking time. And again.
Oh my God, dude.
Yes.
You're so misinformed. Okay. So she says she's for the people, right? Okay. So before Harris started her campaign, she said she was going to give $25,000 handouts to first-time home buyers to help them buy their home, right? Now she's flip-flopped that. She said she's going to give a $25,000 tax pay cut, which basically all that means is if you can afford the house, she'll give you a pay cut on it. But if you can't afford the house, you're not getting shit. And if you can't afford the house right now, you're not going to afford the house when she gets in office because the interest rates are going to go up and housing costs are going to go up. And that's a fact because they've been going up ever since the Biden campaign has started. When Trump was in office, it was different. It was reversed. Do your damn research, man. Stop.
Bro. Housing, when Trump was in office and interest rates were 2 point something, the housing market went up and houses were selling for almost double than what they were.
Housing rates right now, or house interest rates right now, are 7.5%.
They're 6.4.
So you would, and like you said, you would gladly pay 7.5%.
I never said that. I said I'd rather pay $6 for a Dorito
than one issue that can easily be corrected, which Trump has literally said that he's not for that shit. He literally said that. And when they were trying to hammer it home.
We should believe the words that come out of Trump's mouth. He failed as a businessman.
You believe Harris, who has literally
You're
been
just
a liar.
Talking over me. I'm honestly, I can't do this anymore because it's just ridiculous.
I wouldn't, though, because you don't know your facts.
Okay.
I knew what you was going to do. You was going to do the abortion thing, and you was going to do the racist thing. And that's all you got.
All you have is talking over people and the 5 things you researched before.
Okay, so 5 things I researched before. And that you have no rebuttal for. Why do I need to bring up anything else? You have no rebuttal for that. You literally proved that's very irresponsible to say you would rather pay freaking more money and put somebody incompetent in office than put a better businessman in office that made a couple mistakes.
Why is she incompetent? Like, look at her career. Trump is a failed businessman.
Okay.
And is she incompetent because she's a woman? Is she why is she incompetent?
It's funny because if you watch Harris give interviews, when she gives interviews, she's great. She's great when she's in power and she's in control of everything. She's smiling just like she did with the debate. She's smiling. She's got her feet up thinking it's a day at the office.
So wouldn't that mean she's competent?
Listen, when the roles are reversed and the heat's on her, look it up, man. You can see when Kamala's ass is in the fire and she's got to answer questions that she ain't prepared to answer, she folds. She folds.
Coming from the person who, while Trump got his feelings hurt, was screaming, "They're eating cats and dogs."
When is Trump
Brian, it was so great to see you. My child has been crying for 20 minutes, and my husband is going to kill me.
Yeah, you got owned, man, badly.
Yes, thank you. I have one last question. Could you explain why you're built different?
I'm built different because I don't accept bullshit like you do.
Oh, okay.
We're out of here.